Now, you're probably wondering why I just killed a level 1 Lillipup with a level 50 Rapidash for no apparent reason. Well, as the title suggests, I'm teaching, for those of you that don't know, what EV training is. EV training is getting more out of your stats. Rapidash has a base 100 in attack, I believe. And 100 is not... it's not bad, but it's not that good. So what I'm doing is I'm getting EVs from Patrats and Lillipups so that I can increase the stat. Lillipups and Patrats both give +1 EV along with the experience that you get. So whenever you get experience, you get EVs. Now you can have a total of 510 EVs in each stat. No, not in each stat. You can have a total of 510 EVs on any Pokemon. But you can only have a total of 255 in a stat. Now, you're also probably wondering how these stats are divided equally so that you get certain stat points, since EVs don't exactly equal one stat point, sadly. At level 100, each 4 EVs that you have will give you +1 point. That changes depending on the level. And if you've already done the math, you'll realize that 255 isn't divided by 4 evenly. So you can only really put a total of 252 into each stat to make it effective. Or otherwise just 3 stat points are wasted. 3 EVs are wasted. So you can have a total of 252 for one stat, a total of 252 for another, and then you'll have 4 remaining. Or enough for 1 more stat point. So most people usually put that stat point in HP. I really don't care what it is, because 1 stat isn't really going to make any difference. Of course, you might get lucky, and if you put it in defense, you might end up with 1 HP point after. Never mind. So, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm EV training my Rapidash. Now, 1 stat point may not seem too effective, which is true, since you do have to get 252, which is a lot. There are also a lot of ways to cut down on this time. You've probably heard of stuff like carbos and protein. That stuff is the stuff that you usually find at the department store, and it's costly. 9,800 for one is a lot. What it does is when you feed it to any Pokemon, it gives them +10 EVs. You can only give them a total of 10 for each, resulting in 100 EVs. It's quite a lot. There are also a few other items that you can use. What's been released was, I don't know how to word this, but new items, the wings that you can find on bridges. They each increase they add 1 EV to each stat. 1 EV is not too helpful, but if you get a lot of them, it can start to count up. I personally don't care about the wings. The wings are just wings. But more items that have been introduced, maybe in the 3rd gen, or at least, yeah, maybe in the 3rd or 4th gen, was the bracers. Now there's about 7 total, I believe. You've got your power bracer, your defense bracer, whatever it's called. But what these do is they half your speed stat, making you go slower. but they give you 4 EVs at the end of each battle. And along with any other EVs you would gain. So you can get a total of 5 attack EVs from battling Patrat and Lillipup, which after a while can be a lot. So you can get these items, but they're a bit costly at 16 battle points. Battle points aren't too easy to get, so I am honestly just going with a Macho Bracer, which is much simpler. The Macho Bracer just doubles the EVs you gain. It doesn't matter what it is, it just doubles it. It also lowers your speed as well. So, battling these Patrats, I get 2 EVs per battle. It doesn't seem like much, but it still goes by pretty quickly. That's more or less all there is to EV training. But I'll post all of the good EV training locations. And, well... Oh, another little helpful tidbit. When EV training, the best way to keep track of what EVs you have is by looking at your total power points. Of course, you'll have to remember if you've ever missed any, but after a while, you'll start to run out of moves to use. And as long as you're one-hit killing everything, you can pretty easily keep track of how many EVs you're gaining per battle. That's how I do it anyway. So I hope this video helps, and I have to go back to EV training. So, have fun.